Come on. No, I was going to
Feel
start.
the noise.
That was like so many different. Come on, babe, why don't you? That's what I
Oh.
was going with, but I also had none of the words. You get it.
Your mom's silly, huh? She's a silly lady.
Oh, crap.
Sawyer, do you like to sing with your mom? No. God, the honesty of children. Bless.
Honesty of children. Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? Blah. Are you in there? I don't know. Oh.
Come on, babe. I love that he didn't even have to think about it. I asked him and he immediately was like, no, I don't do that. Okay, Nick said I have to eat my microphone today.
It's funny. Well, okay.
I'm going to have it for breakfast.
I had that question because hilarious. Are we recording?
Yeah.
I had that thought because when I listen to it now, I don't do what Nick says. Sorry, Nick. Where I'm supposed to download it.
Oh yeah.
To listen to it.
Yeah.
I just raw dog it.
Sure.
Hard.
Yeah.
I just push play because otherwise, if I download it, I'm like, where is it downloading to? I don't know. I don't know. Like it's
into the universe.
Like I didn't get.
Is your mom funny? She's a silly lady.
But anytime I listen to it, I'm like, man, I sound just right there.
Yeah.
And then you sound like you're out here. But I was like, you have the girthy mic. Why is that so
girthy? It's probably because you're listening to it in Google or whatever, like rather than downloading it. Because when you download it, that's when the audio equalizes.
Oh. I mean, I don't care so much.
Because when you
like I know Nick's gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Nix it, fix it.
Nix it, fix it.
That's your name.
Nix it, fix it.
Nix it, fix it.
Because when you listen to it on Spotify, it sounds
great.
Yeah.
No, I assume it's going to always sound great because Nick's going to fix it. So thank you.
Nick the Fixer.
Nick the Fixer.
Nix it, fix it.
Mr. Nix it, fix it.
Beep, boop, bop, bop.
So chapel is next Tuesday.
Yes.
Coming up. Number 6 is Chapel Rowan.
Yeah.
And that's not the one. What is French in time?
Come on. Fingers.
Why don't we paint the town? Oh, shit. That is the one, though, before
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. So I don't think we can do that.
Yeah.
We could do post.
Yeah.
Post follow-up.
Sure.
I don't know.
What are you hoping?
Or we'll do it next year. We'll catch that one next time.
We'll get it next time.
You know.
What were you hoping to talk about?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
In particular. Other than
Mother's Day is special and we are mothers. And we are special.
What inspired me is I saw one of those Fitfluencers that I follow who I love. She's like, I don't want flowers. She started
God, never.
She started by saying,
yeah, bud.
She started by saying, she's like, this, and a picture popped up of, this is how big an epidural needle is.
Oh.
And then next was, this is the incision that happens to C-section moms.
Uh-huh.
I don't want flowers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want flowers. I want, X, Y, and Z. I want time. I want to feel like I'm at a spa. I want to feel celebrated because these are the things, God bless, that I'm going through. But I feel like a lot of people expect their partner to come up with it for them.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, and that's my I think my biggest thing is, I mean, is this even real? This conversation?
Yeah.
Is anything real?
We'll figure it out.
I see so many moms get so sad after Mother's Day because they weren't celebrated in the way they actually wanted to be. And I was like, but also your partner, whoever they might be, are not, and your children are not mind readers.
Well, and not only that, but like, I feel like culturally we're told to give mom a card and some flowers and some chocolates, right?
Yeah.
Like Mother's Day is like,
which I like those, but like,
sure,
give me that on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's not like
you're still alive. Celebrate me.
Yeah. Give me flowers on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Don't give me flowers for a special occasion.
Yeah.
Because it's a special occasion. It's a monumentous occasion. It is celebrating the most incredible thing your body can do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, sorry, dads, but
well, what do you do here?
Yeah.
At some point, I'll tell that story of my monologue that I gave my husband after I gave birth for the first time.
Oh,
it's a treat.
Well,
we'll have to put a pin in it.
Okay. All right.
But other than that, I'm like, what do you do here? But anyway, I think a lot of women get really sad because they don't just ask for what they want. They're like, here are
Yeah.
the things. And what I'll tell Pat is I'll be like, here are the things that I want. I want time. I want to move my body
Mhm.
in a way that feels good,
Mhm.
which is on me, but like I want time created for that.
Yep.
I want to um I want time away. I want time
Yeah.
with.
Mhm.
And that's usually it.
Yeah.
I'm a Libra, so I want equal parts, time away and time with.
I'm the same way though. I want to celebrate with, and then I
Mhm.
want to be by myself.
Yeah,
To do something for myself, something to refuel myself.
yeah. Which looks different on everybody, right? Because like that could be, I mean, I love cleaning my house, and I would love a house, not because that's not what I want to do on Mother's Day, but like that does really fill up my cup. Is like get out of my way, and I'm gonna clean it
She gonna
deep.
go hard.
I'm gonna go hard. Sawyer,
You can move that chair, bud. You can just scooch it.
well, I had
Oh,
moved
no.
it back. I had moved it
Oh,
back
so he wouldn't
so
fall.
he wouldn't fall. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, same. I mean, here's what I actually want for Mother's Day. No gender wage gap, equity
Yeah.
in health research. I don't know, like just general health research on female bodies. But because I can't have those things, like actual healthcare access for all female bodies,
Yeah, period, full stop.
universal abortion on demand without reason.
Yeah.
But because we can't have those things today, because my husband can't give me those
can't.
things, I'll settle
Yet.
for I'll settle for like a spa day.
I'll go to the spa if I can't.
If I can't have a schmortion. If I can't have a schmortion, I'll go to the spa instead.
Oh God.
If I can't have
Dark
my
comedy.
for real, if my body can't be cared for by our medical system, then I guess the spa is
The naked
fine.
spa.
Yeah, naked spa is typically my. I don't go on Mother's Day, but like
I bet it's bananas.
it's bananas on Mother's Day.
That's like Pat tried to golf on Father's Day.
No.
And he was like, that's the worst idea ever.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody trying to do that. And
Yeah.
he was like, everything took 700 years and it was awful. So I can imagine that the spas are pretty heavy.
All those fathers have to celebrate donating their sperm.
Yes.
Hard work.
Who are you pointing at? Sophia? Okay. Nothing. Anyway. But I think that also is even outside of Mother's Day, your birthdays, any day that you're like celebrating yourself, like just ask for what you want.
Yeah.
I'm like I get real uppity about people being like, I didn't get what I want. I was like, did you ask?
Yeah.
Or are you expecting people to read your mind?
Yes, and
take away all the decisions. That's a big gift. Like, I don't want to decide anything.
Yeah.
That would be a huge gift for a lot of people. Like, take away the mental load for a day. A day.
And I understand the desire to be celebrated by your partner, right? Like,
yes.
Of course you want to be celebrated by your partner and you want them to do something that is thoughtful and their idea.
Yes. But that's why I leave it open. I leave it open-ended.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I don't care what kind of surprise I get, but give me a surprise.
Yeah. Do something to celebrate me that is your representation of celebrating me.
I want no time expectation. So I don't want you to be like, dinner's at 5. I'd be like, no, I'll show up when I show up.
When
my
I
day.
feel like
but
it.
yes, I would love to show up and there'd be dinner.
Yeah. So figure that out. Just know when to have it ready. Good luck.
Yeah. So, I mean, what this is really proving is Pat's doing the Lord's work.
He is.
Bless him. Bless him. Anyway. Cap on that.
Hey, mothers. Yay, mothers.
Yay, mothers.
Yay, mothers.
Hell yeah.
You're doing the hard ass work. We're doing great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, babe. Not for a while. So that's why you have lots of toys, babe. I'm sorry. That's what we're doing right now.
Do you want to go hang out with Nick while he works? Oh, yeah. You want to go hang out with the dog? Okay.
Oh my God. I got it. Okay. Ready?
Okay.
Do you need anything before we start? All right. Buckle up, baby. Hi, guys. I'm Tori.
I'm Kimberly.
And welcome to
It's Nothing. It's Everything.
The only podcast where we pretend to know what we're talking about and somehow you keep listening.
And thank you for that.
God bless. Before we dive into today's chaos, do us a solid follow, like, subscribe, smash all the buttons. Tell your friends. If you've gotten even a chuckle out of listening to us, please, please, please share.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
You're the best.
Let's dive in.
Let's do it. Hi.
Hello.
We're here.
On a beautiful Friday.
A beautiful day.
Yeah. It's like hot in Seattle.
Which is, I mean, so welcome.
It's glorious.
So past due.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's your day?
Oh, you know, my day has been actually okay. It was chaos because we went from 2 cars to 1 car and figuring that out in the morning chaos of schools and
No.
yeah, yeah.
No.
Was chaos inducing, but we figured it out. And if you hear a little person in the background, listeners, it's because our mascot Sawyer is here.
Come on, soybean.
Come on, soybean.
Hi, bud.
You're gonna be with us till the end.
You better believe it.
Yeah. So there's that. But today we're just gonna. I think. How are you? That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
I'm here. I'm here.
And what are your insides feel like?
What a great question. My brain is mush. This has been a week. There has been a lot happening this week. A lot of like high stakes things have happened this week. At work, at home. I just am like ready for a weekend, and I would like to sleep all day every day, but I would also like to be outside all day every day, and I also would like to be moving my body. So until we can figure out how to sleep whilst moving our bodies, I guess I'm gonna have to compromise somewhere.
Yeah.
But I did want to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roslyn, my older daughter, she's a freshman in high school. Roslyn is in geometry this year, and she
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Story's nightmare.
100%. Geometry is also where I broke down. Like, loved algebra, and Rosalind's the same way. She loved algebra and got to geometry, and she was just like,
still a nightmare.
Brain malfunction. Like, cannot, will not, cannot.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I was too. Which is great because when she had algebra homework, I was like, yeah, I can sort of mostly remember some of this stuff.
What?
I mean, luckily Nick still remembers all of it. So I don't know how. So he can help her with her geometry homework, but I'm like, don't look at me.
The second I see a small 2 or an X, I'm out.
Those little numbers above the numbers?
You better, no, why is it so small?
Yeah.
No.
And they're doing like sine and tan, and remember all that?
No, I don't. Are you kidding? Why would I take up my brain space? I didn't even take up my brain space back then with that.
Proofs.
I literally, anyway, I have a good story for what we're about to talk about.
So she's struggling in geometry. She was a straight A student until geometry. She got her first B. It was very upsetting. And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, listen, I don't expect you to be a perfect child in all of your classes. I will never enforce that straight A's give you more value as a human than not straight A's.
No.
Also, like, colleges like to see growth.
Yeah.
You are still as valuable if you have 1 B.
It's a B.
It's a B.
That's very passing.
But because her school breaks down, they have high honor roll and then honor roll. And honor roll is like 3.7 to 3.9, and high honor roll is 3.9 to 4.0. They don't do extra credits. You can never get above 4.0. But she's always been high honor roll. They might call it something else. I might be confusing it with something else. But either way, they have 2 honor rolls. Yeah.
Sure.
So she's always been the higher honor roll, but now she's the lower honor roll. And she like had a moment of having feelings about that. But anyway, so she had this geometry test, and she came home feeling very big feelings about it. She did horribly. She knew she did horribly. She was like, it's going to ruin everything. I'm going to fail math. I'm going to have to, just like full, like
spiral.
She went into the full spiral.
Yeah.
And then that day, I mean, this is sent literally at the end of the school day. It's 2:53 p.m. when he sent this. Her geometry teacher sent her this email. Hello, Roslyn. I'm sorry you had a tough assessment today. Don't let it get you down. It just means you haven't learned it yet. I believe in you. I loved the way you kept making progress after I challenged you to do a little more. That was awesome. And then he says, have a great break, get plenty of rest, et cetera, et cetera.
You're getting emotional.
Yes, because I'm like, never did I ever have a teacher like this.
No. No. Does it go on?
No, I mean, then he says, but goodbye. But it's just like the whole, like, it's like so simple. Yeah. I'm sorry it was hard. Don't let it get you down.
Yeah.
I believe in you. And I also love how he was like, it just means you haven't learned it yet. There's still time. There's still time. There's still room. I believe in you.
You're a freshman.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just like, and once she received that email, her whole demeanor changed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she went back and did the retake,
Mm-hmm.
she did significantly better.
Of course.
But she also just gets like she
I
gets
mean, I'm scorched earth when I get
super
overwhelmed.
brain foggy
Yeah.
when she has anxiety or
Yeah.
when she feels like she's not prepared.
Same.
And so she sat down for that test and just was like, I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she would ask him for help. And he'd be like, well, I'm not going to give you help, but let me ask you a question to just like get her brain moving in the right direction. And then after doing that a few times, then she left feeling super discouraged. And then he sent that email. And I just was like, man, what? First of all, thank you, Mr. Culbertson, for being
Mm-hmm.
a supporter of children, for being
Yeah.
a true teacher.
Yeah.
That is teaching. That is truly teaching.
Yeah. That's outside of the math class.
Yeah.
Teaching them to be good, beautiful human beings.
And she has
showing
had
empathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is like the first class where she's had a lot of anxiety because she just is not naturally good at it.
Mm.
And so she has at certain points thought that she wasn't going to get through the year, that she was going to have to, retake it again. And so like for her in that environment, to have the teacher in that environment
Mm-hmm.
give her that much positive reinforcement.
Mm.
And the fact that he just like felt like sending that email.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
If I had had that support, if I had had that kind of support, I don't know that I ever had a teacher that was like that. I had teachers that were like complimentary and supportive.
Mm-hmm.
But when I struggled, I don't know that I ever had a teacher that took that kind of approach or just blatantly says, I believe in you.
Yeah, I did have a few, which was amazing. And it was I did not do well, surprise, in math and science. Just not how my brain works. I just didn't get it. And because I didn't, and because I wasn't good at it right away, I was like, screw it.
Yeah.
Not meant for it. But I did have a math teacher who would take extra time with me. And like had me come in just like for one-on-ones, like created space for me to come in on one-on-ones. This is before email. We didn't have email in high school. Are you kidding?
You didn't have a Juno account?
No, I don't even know what that is. Juno Alaska? What?
Juno.com. I had it. My email account was that was like before AOL.
Oh, no. I had none of that. No, I didn't even have like an AOL until I don't know what year. I was in high school, but I don't remember which. And then I had a science teacher who I had horrible test anxiety. And so she said, do you think that you'd be able to talk through it? I was like, yeah, I can talk through it. Anything. Hello. And so she said, great. Then I want you to come in and you and I will talk through this test. And like, we'll verbalize it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, which was like
brilliant.
Yeah, which Treelor, call out. She was so excellent. I also needed people to realize, like, I needed to be seen. Like him saying that to her, be like, I see you, and all that. I was like, I just need somebody to like push me. I had an English teacher who was like, I wouldn't raise my hand because I didn't want to sound dumb.
Oh,
and so she would call on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it. And she's like, because I know you know it.
Yeah.
I know that you know it. And like, because I was so introverted, I didn't even like try. It was for the honors English. Like,
yeah.
And I was in that class. So I was, smart enough to get in that class, talented enough to get in the class, but I never wanted to like really try. And she was like, I'm going to push you. I'm going to call on you. We're going to get you over the hump of like, I'm fearful to be heard out loud. And Jen Dotsie, call out.
And look at you now.
And now I talk all the time. Yeah, she was excellent. And like, but seeing where they could grow, but nobody else is necessarily pushing them in that way. And so taking that upon themselves to like see the kid and help them in that way is,
those are like our
life-changing
guardians along the way.
Yeah.
Well, and for Rosalind too, like she wants to work in architectural engineering.
Sure.
And so like math, you gotta have it. You gotta have the maths. And so when she was struggling, she was like, maybe I have to change my whole career path. And obviously like she's a freshman, there's time for that to change anyway. But it was just like, for her, it meant something different for the rest of her life if she couldn't get through this class. And so it just
remember when the stakes were that high?
Yes.
Like the stakes
Yes,
were so
because you
high.
just have no like
Yeah.
outside
The stakes are that high
stakes
in
are
your
that high
brain.
because that's
Yeah.
all that you have been exposed to.
Yeah.
And that's all that everyone talks about, right? So she's like, you know, all of her peers are talking about what they want to do and where they want to go to school. And so it's just like this constant conversation in her social groups and just at school in general. And so just the pressure that she felt from performing poorly on this one test was just like so much bigger than that for her. And man, I it's so amazing to me what how do I say this? It's just so amazing to me like the way that you approach someone struggling, the impact that it can have based on how you approach it, right?
Yeah.
If he had taken a punitive approach and just been like, well, you did poorly, and so you failed
Study
the test.
harder.
Yeah, so you didn't work hard enough, which was definitely like I feel like a lot of my teachers when I was a kid,
Yeah.
came with that mindset. Well, you didn't work hard enough. You didn't prepare yourself hard enough. Rather than the reality, which is that like we are not all meant to be good at all things.
No, no. Otherwise, where would the appreciation be? Where would the gratitude be?
Yeah, and also like we learn
We'd all be Superman.
the way exactly, and the way that we learn in school is like we learn one learning style for most things, which helps one certain kind of person, but not all people. And so like to have that, to be singled out in that way with that kind of support and to be able to say like, I see that you're struggling. I believe in you. I know you can do it. When she's not believing in herself.
That would have been a game changer for me.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It's that call out.
Even.
You're right. It's that call out. It's the English class. Like her saying, I see you and I know I know your capability. I'll believe it until you believe it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, maybe I am good at it.
Yeah. That actually reminds me. I had a math teacher in middle school that was like that. Mr. Bright. He was amazing. And he moved me up early, moved me up into pre-algebra and then algebra early. And I really struggled when he moved me up. And so then I think I moved up and then back and then up again. I don't know. It's all very fuzzy.
Yeah.
But he was one of those teachers that was like, I will stay after with you. I will work with you.
Yeah.
I can see that you have it. And so then I built a lot of confidence. And then I went into high school. I went into algebra and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I love algebra so much. And then I went into geometry and it ruined math for me. Just completely ruined math for me. And I had a teacher that was she was just like super dismissive.
Yeah.
And anytime I didn't understand anything or anytime I didn't understand something, she would be like, go find a classmate to help you. Like she just did not assume personal responsibility for helping her kids on their way. And I'm pretty sure that was the last math class I ever took. I'm pretty sure after that I was like, yeah, I'm just not doing this anymore. Because I felt like I had lost so much of my knowledge that it was impossible for me to move on.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny because the English teacher, the amazing one, Dotsie, she was, changed it for me. And then the teacher after, who was like the higher, he was God, why can't I remember? It was like block class, but it wasn't block class. Anyway, he played favorites a lot. And as I have a justice issue with that. And I was like, screw you, pal.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I know I'm not your favorite. And then he would call me Victoria and try to embarrass me.
Oh no.
Like,
See, no.
and I was just like, I am doing my freaking best, friend. So like, and now I hate English.
Yeah.
There? I need you to be careful with this, okay? Love you. Just be careful of this. God bless you.
And also like why I have a real problem with those teachers that want to make kids feel poorly about themselves.
And everyone adored him. Everyone adored him. My boyfriend at the time adored him. I didn't.
I had a science teacher like that. Freshman year. He was actually my first detention in high school.
Oh.
It was one of those like we also we butted heads a lot because, I'm stubborn and I'm like, don't try to make me look like an idiot because then I'll make you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So we were doing like a classroom, like reading out loud.
Oh.
And it's like everyone gets one paragraph. And
oh my God, did you ever like read ahead? You're like, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, okay.
To know what I was going to read.
Yeah, practice.
But also I would be like, slow readers. So I would just read ahead. And then I was either like, trying to talk to the person next to me, or maybe I was like passing a note or something. I did something. And he tried to call me out to make me look dumb. He was like, "Kimberly, what's the next sentence?" And I just said it out loud because I had already read ahead, so I knew it was coming next.
Yeah.
And so I said it, and then he got mad that I
Mm.
said it, and there was, God, what did he say? He was uh like, he got all flustered because, he was hoping to, like, put me on the spot, and
Mm.
then I told him exactly what he was asking me. I don't remember what he said, but I know that I had, like, some kind of smart ass comment,
Yeah.
like, "You what? You asked me and I answered your question, like, what do you want?" And so I got detention for insubordination.
Oh, insubordination. That tracks for you, though.
Tracks for me,
Yeah.
100%.
100.
If I could get adult detention, it would also probably be for insubordination.
Yeah.
I mean,
People don't like to feel dumb.
sorry about it. Sorry about it. Yeah, and also, like, the man, he also had such an ego,
Mhm.
and then
And got schooled by a
he got
little
schooled
girl.
by a freshman.
I'm a freshman girl.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing is that teachers, my mom was a teacher for, almost 40 years, and like they truly are the backbone of America.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say it.
Yeah.
Like they are so underappreciated. And
Mhm.
it's crazy because it's like, did we not learn anything in COVID when we were all trapped with our kids and we had to
Uh-huh.
try to teach them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It
So how did
was
we not?
horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. I didn't even have kids who were school age, and I was like, I don't know. I
Horrible.
guess we could work on ABCs.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Let me get out my blackboard.
What do you? I don't know. And which my mom did in COVID. We had, gosh, how old was Finn? Finn was like 4. Oh, he's 7. Yeah, thank you, Sawyer. He's 7 now. Yeah. Um, but she started like a little kindergarten essentially, so that it would have something for us to do, but also like keep them engaged,
Brilliant.
which is brilliant. But even that was like so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, how have we not paid them more? How are we
Mhm.
not paying them more? Like, how are we not appreciating them more?
Capitalism. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
because we have so much burnout
Yeah. So much burnout.
because it's so much.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so much, and there's so much responsibility put on them. And
Yeah.
like half, depending on where you teach, and especially in public schools, like teachers are also counselors and safe spaces, and
Yeah.
they're like looking out for kids with
Mental health issues.
mental health needs,
Yeah.
or like rocky home lives, and like, man,
The stuff they see is incredible.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, to the teachers out there, we see you.
We salute you.
Yeah.
You deserve so much more.
I'll be better at my teacher appreciation gifts.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Oh God.
Yeah. Which is coming up, everybody. So,
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
don't just give them mugs. I don't know
Or
what
an
else.
apple.
Or an apple.
I think too, like the thing that why that email from Mr. Culbertson was so impactful for me is
Mhm.
because watching Rosalind's anxiety spiral about it, and
Mhm.
then like what it was going to mean for the rest of her life if she couldn't figure out geometry, just being able to like see how one simple communication completely changed her perception of her struggles.
Mm.
Because then to her, it was like, yes, she's struggling and she can do hard things,
Mm.
rather than like, she's struggling and she's stupid and she's never going to get it,
Mm-hmm.
which becomes the internal monologue, right? Which
Yeah.
we are all guilty of, even as adults. We
Yeah.
try, we don't get it right away. And especially as adults, because we're so used to like knowing how to do things.
Yeah.
Trying new things is super scary.
It's super scary. And you forget how you internalize things.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of this teacher training round is remembering, watching adults remember how to learn.
Yeah.
And when they weren't good at it or they got scared because they weren't good at it yet, it can spike so many things. It wasn't just like embarrassment. It was like there were tears, there were rage, there was self-deprecating,
Mhm.
constant self-deprecating, right? Or self apologizing all the time. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like there was so much, and as a facilitator, you have to be ready for that. Otherwise, it would feel just like pure chaos. Like if you're,
Uh-huh.
so that. But and then once you remember, you're like, oh right, everything's new.
Yeah.
Like everything is new, right?
We're just not in an environment where we're
No.
learning new things all day, every day anymore. So
No.
it suddenly becomes like personal
Yeah.
if we're not good at something.
Yes. I will say the other thing that would ease my mom heart if I got an email from a teacher like that, for one of my kids is like knowing that the village is larger than I see it.
100%.
right? And it's like the fact that, Rosalind has teachers in her life that are like that and like looking out for her,
Mhm.
it would my mom anxiety goes down because
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh, thank God. Oh, right, I'm not the only person in their life that's like molding them as a human being." Which is
Yes.
also scary because there are people who are, trash bags
Yeah.
out there who
Uh-huh.
are also in their
But
lives.
also they have to build resilience and learn hard lessons.
But also they have to learn how to learn that, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember the conversation you and I had about um Finn on the playground, like when he was a little bit younger, and he was, he's quirky, and he has such a huge imagination that like pulling it down or like letting people in is really hard, right?
Mhm.
Like we're not on that same journey as you, bud.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this world looks like. I want to be part of
Yeah,
it.
I'm not in your head.
But other 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds are going to probably be dicks about it on the playground, and they might not. And I remember watching him try to fit in with these new people. We were just at a random park, and they were like, not playing along with his story.
Yeah.
And essentially, it looked like they weren't letting him play. And of course, my mom heart went full monster, and I was like, "I'm gonna kill those kids." I wouldn't actually kill anybody, but I was like, "How do you, with those special snowflake kids who have big imaginations, who might be looked at as unique, like how do you help them through that?" And your advice was different than I thought it was gonna be. You were you were just like, "He's gonna have to figure it out. He's gonna probably have to be sad
Yeah.
that not everybody wants to play with him, and he has to learn how to deal with it." And like let him know that it's okay that if they don't vibe with you either, if you don't vibe with them, it's
Yeah.
okay to walk away.
Yeah. And
Not
if they
everyone's supposed to be your friend.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And I just remember that was a lesson for me in resilience, in teaching them resilience.
Yeah. I mean, Rosalind was very similar.
Yeah.
She was kind of the weird kid on
I
the
mean, that's why I
playground
came
too.
to you because I was
Yeah.
like, I know your kids and I know they're special,
Yeah.
beautiful, special snowflakes
Yeah.
who have huge imaginations,
Huge.
huge
Yeah.
brains, huge brains.
Yeah, and she was always so content to play by herself.
Yeah.
So she didn't know how to like engage with other kids on the playground. And then when other kids would try to engage with her, she would just like stare at them.
Full blue screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Do you wanna?" But I was that helicopter mom in the beginning. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna manage all these social interactions. And then I was like, this is doing her a huge disservice. She has to figure out how to be her own person. And also like she has to figure out what she likes and what she doesn't like.
Yeah.
And what she and does she want to play or does she not want to play? And whatever the outcome is, she has to voice that for herself. She can say yes, she can say no, but it has to come from her, not from me.
Yeah.
Ugh,
It's so hard though.
it's so hard.
So hard to like be hands off.
Man.
And I will say and it started to go a little bit better in that situation, but there were some big kids. There was like, I don't know, he had to be probably 10 or 11. I don't know. Kids are huge nowadays. It feels like I went to a high school baseball game the other day and I was like,
No.
why is that a 35-year-old out in the
100%.
center field?
100%.
But this, I don't know. Now he had to be 9. No, there's an older kid and then a slightly younger kid. And the younger kid looked at, and Finn was wearing a yellow Power Ranger shirt. He was like, "Let's beat up the yellow Power Ranger." And I stepped in front of that kid so fast. And I was like, "Say it to my face." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And the older friend was like, "No, he's just kidding." And I was like, "Yeah, okay.
Pretty sure you are.
I was like, "You're my size, but I could take you, friend." I was like, "Ooh." Let's beat up the yellow Power Ranger.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Oh, the mom rage.
And then I had to check myself. I took a deep breath and I said, "Let's just use our kind words and not threaten people, shall we?
Good for you.
Namaste. Away from my kid." I was like, it was so ragey. I was so ragey.
Yeah, because somebody was threatening your child. And also
Yeah.
like the whole big kids preying on little kids, like just no.
I mean,
Just
the older kid
no.
saw me and he was like, "Oh," and like went full white as a ghost. Like he was
As
like,
he should.
"Oh yeah, save my friend. He's about to get beat up by a mom."
Listen, there are those moments though. I remember we
Yeah.
were at the trampoline park and there was this kid. I was like halfway across the, warehouse, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And there was this kid on the trampoline next to Dot who was just like hammer fisting her on the head over and over again, like full force. And I was like from across, like I was so far away and I just like full voice. I was like, "Hey!"
I will
Like, I'm sure
resonate.
I scared so many people.
Yeah.
But the parent wasn't watching.
Yeah.
Parent was not paying attention. Hi, pay attention to your children when they're around other children.
Please.
Don't let your child be the dick. Parent wasn't watching, and
Yeah.
she like couldn't get away from the kid. She was like trying to shield herself, but like there were so many kids around, she
Yeah.
couldn't get away.
Yeah.
And so he was just like hitting her over and over again for no reason. She was also like 2 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my mom rage. I was so angry.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, swear the other day got hit by a kid who was much older. I mean, 5 years older. And I was like, "What are you doing, friend?"
Yeah.
And I like literally made eye contact with this kid. And I was like, "He's 4. How old are you?" I don't know if it was the best parenting. It's not my kid, so I don't have to. But his, I was just like, "Why?"
Well, and also like if his grown up were paying attention, you wouldn't have to.
Well, and just, it's that whole yeah. It's the well, he hit me first. I was like, he's 4.
Yeah.
He doesn't know any better yet. He's still learning.
He's
And
still
yes, I
learning.
will talk to him about that. But like, I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know how to not like want to kneecap those kids.
Yeah, it's real hard. The mom rage is real.
The mom rage is real. And I don't know how to, I also am like so fearful of other people's children too. Like when there is an injustice, I don't know how to step in because I'm like so fearful that I'm going to get kneecapped by somebody,
Yeah.
And or that I'm not handling it the way that they want me to or
Yeah, but
think
that's not
I
your
should.
responsibility.
I know, but
Because like if they wanted it to be handled the way they wanted it to be handled, they would be handling it. I have a lot of feelings about parents who check out on the playground. A lot of feelings. Because that's your responsibility. Like just because there is a playground with other children doesn't mean that you are like off the clock.
yeah.
You are still responsible for your child now in a social setting.
I mean, I'm so fearful that I'm going to lose them. When I like look down at my phone, I'm going to be like, now they're gone. I don't know where they went.
Yeah, they move fast.
They move fast.
Fast little bastards. And Rosalind was always, God, when she was always so easy. She would just like stay close to me, never ran away, just
Fun.
chill.
It's first kid, I guess.
Yeah, monsters. And then Dot's like, oh, here, I'm going to sprint as far away as possible, as fast as possible. And if there's a body of water or like a 5-lane road, that's even better. Like if I could be sprinting toward danger, I would prefer that option. Like that child is going to give me a heart attack.
Yeah.
I got these beautiful silver hairs sprouting out of my head from her.
Just her.
Thank you very much. But there was something else I wanted to say about Mr. Culbertson. No, I don't remember. I have smoothie on my nose.
You got it.
Thanks.
I didn't notice it before.
Great.
But you also have a thing in front
letting
of
me
your
sit
face.
here this whole time
Yeah,
with
like,
smoothie on my nose.
Embarrassing.
Oh my God.
People are watching.
What was it?
Did it have to do with his kind heart?
He's just such it's a wonderful, kind heart. Oh, just all in how you handle somebody underperforming, right? Like that's such it's such like a common theme in all stages of our life. Like that conversation doesn't stop when you graduate school. It just becomes different people having that conversation with different people, right? But that conversation translates like into friendships, into marriage, into professional settings. Like, oh my God, when I left maternal health, a year and a half ago, that was also very sad for a number of reasons. But also like I had been working in maternal health, in one facet or another for over 10 years. And I went from being a subject matter expert and having like a really clear understanding of how the industry that I worked in was functioning and like how to, like I knew the ins and outs. I knew everything frontward to backward. And then after that startup died, I ended up getting a job in orthopedics, which is
classic.
Yeah, obvious natural transition from maternal health to orthopedics. And it just was so like I don't remember the last time I had that much anxiety because I was not a subject matter expert. I didn't have familiarity with like how like interorganizationally how organizations interacted and like how to like it was like going in completely blind to something new. And
It's terrifying.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And
Scary
every
every
day,
day.
every
Yeah, every
day,
day.
I was like, I don't know this territory. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to function within this space because I have no context for like
Yeah.
what anything around me looks like.
Mhm.
Every day was awful. Awful.
Awful.
But I had a great support system. My manager also was wonderful. She was super supportive. And nobody was like expecting me to be perfect. And I'm the same way when I manage new people. Like anything is a learning curve, right? Like I
Yeah.
expect you to start and then end up pretty immediately in the bottom of the well, looking around like, I don't understand anything. Everything's horrible.
I'm so scared all
I'm
the
so
time.
scared. Yeah. I don't get it. Help me understand.
When you can find those bosses,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good place to like dive in. Like that, you know, like be like, I'm scared every day, but like at least I know that my boss has my back.
Yeah.
You know, that's are you okay? Okay. 100%. That's how my boss at the studio is. She's like, every day is gonna be a learning. We're
Yeah.
gonna learn.
Yeah.
And
Well, and because like anybody who learns anything, there's a learning curve, right? Like that
Mhm.
is to be expected. But also I feel like for me too, specifically in this situation, because I had been a subject matter expert for so long in my industry,
Mhm.
I went into this role being like, you need to be at a senior level of
Yeah.
understanding and at a senior level of execution of your responsibilities. And like, I couldn't do that because I didn't have my bearings yet.
Right.
But, like, I was so hard on myself, and I think too that's part of why that email resonated with me is because Rosalind has that
We could all use that email.
specialness
Yeah.
that I have where I mean, and I know this is not unique to me. A lot of us are very hard on ourselves when it comes to learning new things.
Uh-huh.
But, like, yeah, to have that advocacy
Mhm.
because we could, like you said, we could all use that email.
Everybody could use that email once a week,
Yeah.
you know?
You're
And I
doing great.
and yeah, and I do think that there's some bosses out there that don't they expect probably because they were treated that way.
Yeah.
Like day 1 you should be up to snuff.
Yeah.
And every day you know, you got to be 100%.
Yeah.
And so therefore when then they move up and now they're in some managerial position, they're like, "Well, I was treated this way."
Ugh.
And I was like, "Let's be cycle breakers then."
Yes.
Shall we?
Please?
Like, let's foster those people. Let's help them learn whatever they need to learn, but in like the most supportive way. And sometimes you don't have like this, I guess, space and time, right? Like I have low stakes in all my jobs. Like, you know, yoga is its own thing. Performing is its own thing.
Yeah.
Performing is a thing where that's why they have the saying of like people are like fine wines. We just get better with age.
Yeah.
And it's because we've been like collecting data our whole lives
Yeah.
to perform at a higher level. Or maybe not, right? But like but if you had somebody who was like, that's okay. That's okay that today wasn't the best.
Yeah.
You
Well, and also
know?
like if you suddenly tomorrow decided that you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
I do, actually. I love those circus people.
Same.
Every time I do Bohemia, I'm like
the burlesque on a trapeze. Come on. Come on.
I mean, yes, when they were like, Tori, do you feel comfortable like doing some lifts? I was like, yes, teach me how.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do all the things. I want to learn how to like lift myself up by a no leg rope climb on those. Oh, yes.
On the silks.
On the silks.
So good.
It was so cool. Circus people are also just
so impressive.
I was trying to say the cat's pajamas, and all I thought of was banana tits. That, you know what? They are the banana tits.
The banana tits.
What is that even?
I don't know, but I'm saying it now.
That's the
banana
tits. The tits pajamas is the other thing. It's been a long day. It's a long day. Long week.
This is an especially brain melty Friday for me.
Yeah.
Banana tits.
But I mean, that's like just like podcasting, right? Like, do we know some stuff?
Yeah.
I know nothing.
We know very few things. Very few things.
I know nothing. But I also have people around me who do know something. And also when I like fuck up and I'm like, what are we talking about? You're like, I got it. And you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in you.
Yeah. And but also like when we launched, I was like, why is it not number 1? Because it's not gonna be ever, probably, right? Like, I mean,
people have to find out about it first.
And people have to please share us, everybody.
Please.
But also, I mean, I just like getting to talk to a friend, and some of the things we talk about resonate with other people. And like, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Hey guys, I believe in you.
I
You're doing
believe in you.
great.
You are doing great. In whatever fashion you are living your life,
You're doing great.
just be nice to people.
Yeah, and yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone, extend grace to everyone.
Because life is, it's not the tits bananas.
It is not the tits bananas, and the world around us is not the tits bananas. And
Their bananas are on fire. It feels like everybody's bananas are on fire. And their
covered in
pajamas.
gasoline.
You've got no jammies, no potassium.
Oh my god.
Did you know that bacon has more potassium than bananas?
Oh, that means I should start eating bacon instead of banana?
Yeah, I guess. But I learned that the other day.
Stupid carcinogens.
Well, I know nothing about that, but
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
But that's great because also high sodium in bacon. So like if your sodium potassium pump is not functioning properly, eat bacon. Who knew?
eat bacon. And
Come
that tastes
on.
way better than a banana.
Great for your kidneys.
Well, your cholesterol.
When I
Ow.
actually ever since I've had dengue,
Mhm.
my sodium potassium pump just gets like
I didn't know we had a pump for such things.
wah wah.
Is that your pump sound?
That's my pump.
Wee wah.
Wee wah.
And some
wee
people sound
wah,
like that.
wee wah.
Some people sound like wee woo.
And that's when I drink, my salt water, but I guess now I'll just eat bacon instead.
I mean, it's so tasty. I'm
It
sure
is
you
so
can find
tasty.
like healthier bacon, but maybe not like the highest sugar one.
There's sugar in bacon.
Girl,
Oh, like the maple bacon.
Yeah,
Candied bacon.
Ooh, you better. Ooh, I love a candied bacon. I do.
That's
Because
because
you just wrap it in a banana.
a bacon wrapped banana.
Has anyone tried it?
I don't know about that. Should
If
we
you've
try it?
tried it, listeners, I want to hear about it. Mhm. Email us. It's everythingpodcast@gmail.com.
Preferably a video
And preferably
of you trying it in real
maybe
time.
not. Well, yeah, I mean, some people would be down with that. Do you ever like when you eat a banana? Like, there's not a good time to eat a banana.
No.
I always feel inappropriate eating a banana.
100%. Oh, 100%.
I
It
can't
also
do it in front of a
doesn't
man.
help. No, and it also doesn't help that bananas are what they use in sex ed when they demonstrate how to put
Oh,
a
yeah.
condom on. They're so phallic, and you just have to stick it right in your mouth.
Like, I like to go to a good corner or like break it in parts.
Turn
break
around
it
and eat in
apart.
the
Yeah,
corner.
like shame eating my bananas in life. But like,
You
I
don't
feel
make
like
hard
I have
eye contact
to.
with people while
Yeah, I
you're
don't.
eating a
I'm like,
banana.
"Aw." No, except I'm sure somebody's like enjoyed it.
Enjoyed witnessing you eating a banana from afar.
And could you imagine if it was wrapped in bacon?
Even better.
Could you imagine? Oh, the OnlyFans that we could create.
The banana eating OnlyFans.
Mhm. I mean, if they can make it about toes, they can make it about me eating a banana.
I'm
Have
sure
you
of
seen
it.
the people who smash bread into their face?
What?
Yeah, it's a thing that exists.
Wait,
I don't know what
What
it's
do you
called.
mean though?
Like, there's literally a video of this like beautiful Asian woman, and she has like all kinds of different breads. And you know how you like crack it open and it's got that really satisfying crack sound?
Yeah.
She does it with her face. Like, she takes the bread loaf and she smooshes it on her face. And it's just like, and then she's like, puts that, loaf down, and then here's like a hamburger bun, and she just smushes it on her face.
Why?
It's just like her facing these carbs. It's a thing that exists. I think it's like ASMR. It's ASMR
for your eyes?
for your eyes, but also the sound, like the sound of the
sure.
crunch against the face.
Is that a different sound than against
Them just
something else?
cracking it open. I don't know. Should we try it?
Let's try it.
That's for our subscribers. That's our first video, is us smashing our faces into bread and bananas.
And bananas.
You got a banana
wrapped in bacon.
Ew, the sound that a banana would make on your face.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't even have to experience it to really experience it. Think about it.
so wet. It'd be sticky.
Anyway, we've really gone off the topic. Teachers, you're the
Really.
best.
Teachers are the best, and also non-teachers. Positive people who are positive.
Positive people.
Positive people who are positive influences on other people's lives.
As my friend Morgan says, he says, be the rainbow to somebody's cloudy day.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's what Mr. Culbertson did.
Yeah.
And that's what we should all do.
Yeah. I like to say be the rock to somebody's ripple.
Yeah.
Right? Like, be the thing that starts their better day. I always think about, when you're driving down the road and you see somebody just jamming out in their car.
Oh, yeah.
And just like
It's me.
unapologetically, like just fist pumping, just like
Yeah.
to
Feeling it.
whoever.
Feeling it.
And there's not a time when that's not going to make you feel better. Like,
No.
watching as the watcher of it.
Yeah.
I remember, like, being so like, I love music, and when I'm in my car and I'm just, like, doing the thing, and I'm singing out loud, and we're dancing, and I'm just like, "Yes, getting it," and somebody catches me, I used to be like, so, like, instant
Yeah. Shame.
regret and
Yeah.
shame, and now I'm like, "No, I hope you enjoy." Like, I hope that I get to be the start of that ripple for you,
Yeah.
and I hope that you, like, turn up your music a little bit louder. I hope you, like, roll down a window and, like, all I have is "Free Falling" stuck in my head right now. Who was that?
It's a good it's a
Not
Tom
is it
Petty.
Tom Petty?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
a good
got
one.
Tom Petty stuck in my head. Um, and or like, let your freak flag fly. Like when you're at the store, like my kids love to dance, does not matter where.
Oh, yeah.
They love to dance and they've got like spaghetti legs.
Again, with the spaghetti
Again, with the
legs.
spaghetti legs, we're bringing it back.
Different kind, though.
Different. We don't have spaghetti coming out of our pores, but we have spaghetti noodle legs. And instead of being like, oh, embarrassed or
No.
whatever, I join in.
Same.
I'm like, the more I can live in some kind of like kid-like state,
Yeah.
because somebody's gonna see it and allow their freak flag to fly a little bit higher.
Yes, and also, like, why would you not? Like,
Yeah.
why do we have to go through life being, like, super controlled and super, like, muted?
Mm.
Like, why do we always need to turn ourselves down?
I don't think I say let's crank it up.
I shan't.
I shan't.
I shan't
Take
do
your
it.
noodles for a walk, everybody.
Take the noodles outside.
Take them outside. It's beautiful. Get that vitamin D and your potassium
It's all about by eating bacon.
by eating bacon. Screw the bananas.
Never again.
Who needs those nutrients?
Now I'm gonna start putting bacon in my smoothies. Oh, just kidding.
Salty.
Just kidding. It'd be
Salty.
so gross.
Yeah.
A meaty smoothie.
Ew, the oil that comes out of it.
Mm-mm.
Anyway,
Anyway, be the good.
be the good.
Be the good.
And it's just small acts. And really that's the thing is like being the good doesn't always have to be for the betterment of others.
Yeah.
Being good for yourself and the betterment of your life
Yeah.
will be the ripple, right? That's going to be the rainbow. If you can like love yourself a little bit more, be a little bit more gentle with yourself
And then start to take that love and that gentleness and just sprinkle
and
it
sprinkle it.
around you.
Say, be like, listen, I see that you're having a hard time. I've had a hard time too.
Yeah. You're doing great.
You're doing good. Just keep showing up.
Your hard time is still great. You're still doing great in your hard time. And if your hard time means you're doing nothing, you're doing exactly the right thing and you're doing great.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Man, that's like a whole different conversation around like struggles and how struggles are perceived as like not doing well. When the
Ooh.
reality is that like our whole ass life is hills and valleys.
We don't, yeah. Talk about not knowing. You're never going to know.
No, and also like when you're in the valley, that doesn't mean you're doing poorly. That means you are like in a transition phase. That means you are learning hard lessons because there is room for growth. And growth is always uncomfortable. But when it looks messy or when it looks scary or when it looks quote unquote bad, that doesn't mean you're not doing well. It just means you're struggling. And struggling, I mean, this is what we always talk about, right? Like you have to struggle to make change.
Yeah.
If you don't want to ever struggle in your life, then you will never change anything. Your life will look exactly the same for the rest of your life. And that is a choice.
That is a choice.
I personally will never live my life that way
No.
because I want to be growing and evolving and learning and understanding deeper and enriching myself and my life, which means I'm going to go through some huge ass valleys and I'm going to be deep in the bottom. I'm going to be deep in that well. And it's okay.
I wish I'd learned that lesson a little earlier. Of like when you're struggling, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I remember the day, and this was actually Emerald gave this to me. She said, "This too shall pass." Like when I was in deep postpartum, and she and I had a great conversation of like coming out of like knowing that this, yep, right now sucks. Right in this moment, everything sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
Here. But knowing that I've never not come out.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've never not been in the well and not crawled my way out of the well. And so like trusting that process, trusting that, and that doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to wake up all giggly, right? Or even a month from now, right? Or even a year.
And you're not going to know what it looks like.
And you don't, and that's the thing is like, that's also kind of the magic, the fun of life is like, you don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And if you're just like open to it, right? Spaghetti legs.
Spaghetti legs.
If you're just spaghetti
lean
legs,
into it with
lean
your
into
spaghetti
it.
legs.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was such a, I wish I'd like learned that. I don't know. I think you're meant to learn lessons when you're meant to learn lessons, right?
Yeah. Well, that's another.
Why didn't we learn it all in our 20s though?
Because we were too busy trying to learn how to, like, be stable adults who are
Mhm.
responsible for ourselves. Like, I don't know about you, but in my 20s, did I eat 3 square meals a day? Probably not for a
To
long
be fair, I
time.
don't even do that now.
Yeah, like, I
She's a snacker.
sh same.
Yeah.
She grays.
Yeah,
She
she's a
grazes.
grazer. I get the macros in, but
I have multiple meals. Sometimes I have 2
Mhm.
lunches. Sometimes I have 2 dinners.
I definitely have 2 meals a day. But, like, my lunch,
Oh, I
it's,
meant, like,
not.
yeah, like, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and sometimes I'll have 2 lunches
Oh,
or 2 dinners.
yeah. No, I'm like a 3, definitely 2 meals and then, like, 4 snacks throughout the day,
Yeah.
or, like, 4 snack breaks. Or I'll have 3 meals and, like, 2 snack breaks.
Yeah. Lots of food all the time.
Yes.
But what was I saying? I was gonna say something about tchotchkes. Oh, tchotchkes. What's the saying? Trust the process. Trust the I like, you see that everywhere, right? You see that meme
Mhm.
everywhere,
Oh,
you see that
yes,
saying
trust the
everywhere,
process,
and
yeah.
I hated it for the longest time, trust the process.
Mhm.
But it is true, like, you can it's all about your perspective,
Mhm.
right? You can sit in the unknown and know, like you were saying, that you will come out of it at some
Yeah.
point, and you're not there today, and that's okay. But, like, eventually you will get there, and in
Mhm.
the meantime, trusting
Yeah.
that you will get to that point, even though you can't see the stepping stones today,
Yeah.
is so freaking hard, and I don't wanna trust the process, and at the same time, I do really wanna trust the process because that's, to me, what changes my entire outlook, my entire
Mhm.
perspective, is, like, knowing that there will be
The good's happening.
yeah,
The good's gonna come,
yeah.
and you don't know when it's gonna come.
No, and you
I
don't
mean,
feel it today.
and you don't feel it today or maybe even tomorrow. But yeah, that visual of, like, a really long road and, like, there's, like, sunshine. Like,
Mhm.
that's how I visualize it. It's like I'm in the deep right now, but, like, I can visualize that road and visualize that happy day when I will wake up and I'll be like, "Okay, we good now."
Yeah.
Like, I worked through the yuck, worked through the shit, and she's on the other side. Cool. And knowing that, a darker time, another valley's gonna come, but, like, but that's why, but when you're not in the yuck, or even when you are in the yuck, learning those tools, like,
Yeah,
getting the tools so that when you're not, you're like, "Uh-huh, and when it happens again, I'm gonna be better. It'll take less time, blah, blah, blah."
and that outside voice from Mr. Culbertson in this situation of
Mhm.
"You're doing great, I believe in you,"
Yes.
becomes your inside voice at a
Yeah.
certain point. When you have that message delivered to you when you
Mhm.
are struggling
Mhm.
by someone else, eventually you internalize it, and it becomes your inside voice and your message to yourself and changes the way that you feel about struggling.
Yeah, and not putting yourself around trash people.
Don't do it.
I mean, you have the choice, right?
Take
We
out the
ta
trash.
we take that we tell that to the boys all the time. It's like, you cannot control other people. You can control where your body is.
Yeah.
So if you don't wanna be somewhere, if somebody's making you feel in some way, shape, or form not good, then you get up and you leave,
Yeah.
you know? We don't need it, so goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I mean, it can't be like at school.
I know.
I mean, in the
I'm
middle
leaving
of
school.
class,
Yeah.
in the middle of class, right? There's, anyway, that's a different podcast. But yeah, I think that's where that whole village doesn't stop out in just childhood. Like,
No.
the village is, and there's this idea, this rumor that villages don't exist, right?
I mean, they sure look different.
But and that's the thing is, like, you can say they don't exist, period.
Yeah.
That's not a yes and situation, right? That's a no, I'm gonna live in my yuck,
Yeah.
which is also a choice and not bad sometimes. Sometimes you need to, like, not have a fucking village. But I think that villages look different for every person
Yeah.
and different every family. Because I have a few moms in my life who don't have extended family, right?
That's us. Yeah.
I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah.
There's a few of them, and it's like, but you've found a way to make your village work. Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
gonna
It
be
just looks
like,
different.
it's just gonna look different.
Yeah. My village is different than your village.
Yes, and I think that neither one is better or worse. Mine is a little bit more convenient
Yeah.
because I live 3 minutes
Yeah.
from everybody, but yet again, I had to sacrifice that. I had to sacrifice a lot of my wants, or some of my wants, to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that the villages they're always out there, even if they're like coworkers
Yeah.
that you can verbally process with.
100%.
That's huge. That's free therapy.
Yes. Yeah. Look for your
Look
villagers.
for your
They're
villagers.
out there. The village people are out there.
The village people are out there. Or we went to go see a Minecraft movie, and I don't know much about Minecraft.
Oh, same.
I know there's Steve is the leader, played by Jack Black.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, he's playing Minecraft as we talk. That's so good.
Did you build that?
That's good. Why is it raining?
Because
it rains.
Sometimes it rains.
Because it rains. Come on. Could you not be more poetically correct right now?
Yeah.
Sometimes it rains.
Sometimes it's a rainy day.
But you can still build in Minecraft.
That's right.
Even if it's raining.
You can't control the weather.
No.
But you can still build.
Yeah, but they have villagers in Minecraft that look so phallically silly.
Oh no.
If you ever see... Yes. Yeah. The villagers' nose in Minecraft look like phallic symbols to me. Like when they popped, I was like, that's a joke. That's got to be a joke.
I'm sure it is.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about Minecraft, but man, they have a good time. They have a good time with it. Anyway. Spooky voice.
I love it. What's he talking about?
You're so cute.
You're cute. He's like, leave me
alone. See, like I was wearing my dad's face on his shirt.
I love it.
That was for my dad's. That was like 2 years ago, and he still fits in that shirt.
It's real cute.
And I was like, I sent my dad that picture. And I was like, you went to kindergarten today.
Congrats.
He's like, I knew it. I always end up back there.
I mean, if I could end up back there.
Yeah, no. Anyway.
Be the light. Be people's light. Be the ripple. No, what'd you say?
Be the rainbow be the rainbow in somebody's cloudy day.
Yeah.
Or be the rock to somebody's ripple. You choose which one you like. In fact, we'll put a poll up.
Perfect.
We'll put a poll up somewhere. I don't know. Follow us on on Instagram at It's Nothing, It's Everything Pod.
Yeah.
Please send us if you have any questions, concerns.
Comments, concerns.
Have you eaten banana wrapped in bacon? Please send us an email about that because I would love to see it.
Have you smushed bread on your face?
Are you one of those people? And how much money are you making?
Is there a market for this? I need to understand.
If this doesn't work out, we're gonna do
bread smashing.
Smash it with my face. She'll like lay it on the table and like smush it with her face.
Oh, like her face is the tool.
Yes.
Not the surface that it's smashed on, but the tool that it's smashed with.
Her face is the tool all the times.
Oh,
whether she's holding it and she's
sounds
smashing
uncomfortable,
or she's putting her face, smashing it on the table into the bread. It's out there, everybody.
I'm
sure the people who watch are like, yeah, it's the best.
That's the best.
I'm sorry, I don't remember the name.
What about a loaf of like crusty, like rustic bread?
Like a sourdough?
Yeah, like at that.
Oh, I'm thinking well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's not maybe a ramming face. That's a gentle crunch, maybe.
A slow, forehead.
Your forehead could take a lot.
That's true.
Just not your cheeks.
No. Anyway.
So
on that note,
thanks for being here. Thanks for listening.
You're the best.
Please like, comment, subscribe,
follow, share. Share. Please share. We want our community to grow so that we can
be the rock.
Yeah. The rainbow.
And the rainbow. So anyway, thanks for being here. Get your potassium up, everybody. And
see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.
I have to pee.
I guess I'll just stop it.